Hello everyone, it's Dr. Manjiri Nadkarni, Ayurvedic MD, registered holistic nutritionist, back today with another interesting topic. So, today we are going to talk about how to get a flawless skin, and we are going to talk about skincare 101. I'm sitting in my car, and that's where I'm hosting this live talk from. I am actually in London, Ontario today for a work related meeting, and I've just finished the meeting. So I thought, why not I hop on and talk about skincare 101 from an Ayurvedic perspective, how to get flawless skin, because we all want skin that glows, that's highly nourished. And often we talk about skin as something that reflects a lot of our external beauty, but skin also does reflect our internal health. And that's exactly what we are going to talk about today. Right. So if you are watching this live, say a quick hi. If you are watching this as a replay, you can put a hashtag replay. If you have any questions for me at any point of time, feel free to, post your questions here, and I'll be more than happy to answer. So this kind of looks a little bit different setting, but just bear with me. We are hosting all September to talk about skincare, right? So that's all we're going to discuss for the month of September, how to get, a really healthy skin. We're going to talk about different skincare conditions as well. So Pradeep, if you have specific questions, I don't know if I'll be able to answer um, your questions today, but I will be doing several of these topics, throughout the month of September. Hi Darshana, hi Tandra, I'm doing really good. So thanks for watching this. So let's talk about, the difference between healthy and unhealthy skin. And this is something that I have been asked often, so this is one of the most common requests that I get from, myself, is how do we get a skin like you, and you have a really nice skin. So thank you for all those that give me compliments. But the one thing you have to understand is skin is a huge indicator of your overall health, right? If you are eating unhealthy food, if you're eating foods that are going to create an imbalance in your body, if you have gut dysbiosis, which is, you have more bad bacteria in your gut or more yeast in the gut than the good bacteria, or if you have a lot of inflammation in the body, or if you have imbalance of any of the three doshas, whether you have an imbalance of vata, whether you have an imbalance of pitta, whether you have an imbalance of kapha, right, it will show up on your skin. And it's extremely important to talk about skincare from an overall health perspective. Skincare is not just about applying beauty products or moisturizing with moisturizers, or having a nighttime routine and using a lot of lotions which have chemicals. Skincare goes beyond that. So that's what we are going to talk about today, right? So the number one important thing, why do you need to talk about skincare, or why do you need to take care of your skin, is that your skin is your largest organ. The second point to understand is the skin is a big indicator of your health. If you have a blotchy skin, or you have dry patches on skin, or you have a lot of reddish patches on skin, these are signs that something is off in your body, right? A dry lustreless skin which can crack easily, or if you have even like the skin on your scalp, if you're having a lot of dandruff, that indicates vata dosh dominance, right? Or vata related imbalances as well. If you have a lot of reddishness, red rashes or hives, or you know um, any kind of red breakouts, redness on the skin, and that indicates some kind of a pitta imbalance. And if you have lightening or white patches on your skin, or itchy skin, that could also indicate kapha related issues, right? So your skin is going to indicate a lot about your health, and that is why skincare 101 is extremely important, and that's what we're discussing today. So from an Ayurvedic perspective, the food that you eat, right, so every single thing that you put in your mouth is going to be digested and acted upon by your Jatharagni, which is your digestive fire, which is situated in the belly region. From a modern perspective, you could understand this as your entire digestive enzymes, some secreted in your stomach, your hydrochloric acid that's secreted in the stomach, as well as pancreatic enzymes, so all these enzymes are going to break down your food and help biotransform the food that you've eaten into your own body products, right? So the number one transformation occurs at the level of what we call rasadhatu. So the anna rasa, or the juices from the food that you've eaten, are going to then get converted into the first tissue from Ayurvedic perspective known as rasadhatu, and a part of that will also feed your skin, right? So for some reason, if you are having issues with your skin, one of the main signs could be that you have digestive imbalances, right? So that is why it's important to understand more about skin. If your digestion is not strong, if you are not digesting your food well, it will show up on your skin. I'm going to say a quick hi to Aisha. I'm going to say a quick hi to Hanka as well. Thank you all for watching this live. It's good to be back after a month of break. I feel really fantastic coming back. And thank you for watching this live. And thank you for all your love. Thank you for showing up live. So, again, back to the skin. So these are things that we need to talk about, and skin is also your largest organ. It's also a detoxification organ. So uh, everything that you put into your body, your skin is also going to help with heat dispersion. Your skin can also detoxify, and your skin can also absorb. So if you're putting a lot of chemicals in the form of cosmetics, if you're putting a lot of chemicals in the form of lotions or anti-aging products, right, or if you are putting a lot of chemicals in your diet, it will show up on your skin, right? And I am somebody who's always loved cosmetics. I have to say this, growing up, I would love to see the different colors of lipsticks my mom had. I would love to see a lot of makeup. I love makeup, right? And I have, over the past few months, made a conscious attempt to declutter and de-junk all my makeup and only focus on buying products that are clean, that are healthy, that are not full of chemicals. And I'll be doing another video on some of the companies that I've found. And again, it's not something I'm trying to sell you. I'm not associated with these companies. I'm just going to talk about what works for me and what doesn't in the next few videos, right? So let's talk first about healthy skin versus unhealthy skin. So a few signs of healthy skin is, the number one thing to watch for is your skin hydrated enough? If you are constantly having any kind of dry patches on your skin, right? Or if your skin seems extremely lusterless, it seems dry, it's cracking, it means that there could be a lack of hydration, right? And drinking water is essential. So having enough water is definitely essential for your body, because your skin will need to hydrate as well. So if you're having cracked skin, if you're having extremely dry skin, that is a sign that your skin is, unhealthy. So that's the number one thing we're going to talk about today. The second is, you should not feel any, like, even with dryness, there is going to be some kind of tightness as well, you might notice, because of really dry skin, right? The second one we are going to talk about, that if you have enlarged pores as well, right? So if you have a lot of enlarged pores that you can see, or if you have blackheads or whiteheads, that also shows that your skin is not extremely healthy. And blackheads or whiteheads can be very common because of your skin's natural secretions or the pollution getting trapped in your skin as well. So it is common, but you have to make sure that you're regularly exfoliating and cleaning your skin to make sure it stays healthy, right? Your skin is your barrier against all the environmental factors. It prevents any of the chemicals, the pollution from reaching your internal organs, but at the same time it's also going to absorb all these factors, right? And accumulate all these factors. So that is why it's extremely important to talk about healthy skin and unhealthy skin, right? So for somebody, if you are having a lot of different, like, color variations on your face itself, that certain areas you're having like some discolored patches, then that shows as unhealthy skin, right? And from an Ayurvedic perspective, anytime there is any darkness, so if you look at black patches, brownish patches, dark patches, dry patches, that usually indicates a vata imbalance. If you're looking at a lot of reddish patches, if you look at intense burning sensation as well on the skin, that will indicate a pitta imbalance. And typically, itching can be because of pitta or kapha as well, or even dryness can lead to itching. But if there's any whitish patches, discoloration, that would typically talk about a kapha imbalance, right? So these are some signs that your skin is not healthy. If you are constantly having breakouts, if you have a lot of acne, if you are struggling with rosacea, again, chances are, like, not chances, again, your skin is not healthy, right? And I have often been asked by my clients, what lotion should I be applying? Is there a product that you would recommend for acne, for rosacea, for eczema, psoriasis? But the one thing, as I mentioned before, that your internal health is reflected on your skin. So if you have been struggling with long standing skin issues, you have to get more help regarding your overall health rather than cover it up with like a concealer or try to use something to just blend your skin and make sure it doesn't look blotchy. You have to start working on it from a health perspective, from a digestion perspective, right? From your gut health perspective. So just covering up with a concealer, or it's not going to really work for a long time, right? So if you're really struggling, feel free to get in touch with me, and we can discuss one on one on how I can help you, right? So this is the difference between like all the signs that I mentioned: dryness, redness, patches, breakouts, blotches, um, are signs that your skin is unhealthy. Now, three main factors that are going to affect the health of your skin or impact the health of your skin. Again, this is something called the three upastambhas in Ayurveda. We've talked about diet, which is extremely important. So ahar is everything that you bring it within, right? So the food that you eat, how much water are you drinking, what kind of water are you drinking, are you drinking pop or some kind of carbonated water, right, which is going to create more dryness in the system. It's going to create carbonation, again is going to make you lose a lot of minerals. When you're losing minerals, when you're losing calcium, magnesium, all the vital minerals, it will contribute to vata imbalance. um, Diet wise, what are you eating? Do you have enough fiber for you to flush your system out, or are you someone who's constantly constipated because you have a poor diet? Now this is definitely going to reflect on your skin. So the number one thing that affects or impacts the health of your skin is what are you putting into your body, right? In the form of fluids, in the form of your diet, and also what are you putting in your mind, right? If you are someone who's constantly worried, if you're someone who's constantly having anxiety, or constantly worried about the current events, ati chintanat or excessive thinking is also going to create the dushti or imbalance in the rasadhatu, which will then reflect on your skin. So it's extremely important to have a calm mind and a peaceful mind, right? If you are agitated, if you're angry, if you're constantly irritated, it shows something is going on in your physical body as well as your emotional body. And if you are not emotionally healthy, again, that's going to impact your digestion and reflect on your skin as well. So the number one factor that we are talking today about, what will impact your health, is everything that you put into your body, that can be understood as ahar, right? The second process that I talk about is energy management, right? The moment you start getting burnt out, if you are not managing your energy well, if you are not taking care of yourself, if you are not sleeping well, right? Sleep is the third factor, but the second is energy. When we talk about energy management, we are essentially talking about your stress glands as well as your hormones, right? And often when women go through menopause, there is a lot of depletion that women suddenly start realizing that, oh, my skin has become extremely dry. I'm moisturizing um, every single day, maybe twice a day, and my skin still feels extremely dry, right? So that is because, when we talk about, um, uh, sorry, I'm losing a little bit focus because of the comments, but yeah, when we talk about your energy management, right? it is extremely important to manage your daily energy. And that is exactly the point I was going to make. Dr. Patankar is here as well. So, Dr. Patankar, that is exactly the point I was going to make, that daily regimen or dinacharya, what is discussed in Ayurveda, that how your routine should be: waking up at early morning before sunrise, not eating after sunrise. So these are all simple things to follow. Exercising early in the morning, right? Sometimes people over exercise. Ayurveda talks about exercising till your forehead starts sweating, and the exercise should be done on every single day. You can't go to the gym twice a week and spend like 5 hours and burn out, right? So that's not the ideal. But managing your daily routine, managing your energy levels are extremely important when it comes to your skin. And there is also an interesting talk I heard from Dr. Claudia Welch, who talks about women and hormones, right? So till the age of 35, after the age of 35, women need to slow down a little bit, because if you are extremely busy, instead of producing the sex hormones, you end up shunting that production towards more of the stress hormones, right? If you get caught up into the busyness of life, which I did get caught up with, I'm trying to slow down and back off a little bit, but that does take a toll on your health, that does take a toll on your adrenal glands, that will take eventually a toll on your estrogen as well as progesterone. And as these hormones start declining, you will be more exposed to like dryness in the skin, dryness in the vaginal area, your hair fall, or you're just lacking the luster as well, right? So that's one thing to realize. Again, your thyroid hormones, your stress hormones, your sex hormones are going to be somehow interconnected as well, right? And even issues related to thyroid can show up on the skin as extremely dry skin. um, so that was the second point. The third point is sleep. Sleep, when people talk about, oh, I need my beauty sleep, it is something that's extremely essential for your health as well, because sleep is more about rejuvenating your system, right? It's not just about, oh, I'm just going to bed so I can work faster tomorrow. It's about giving yourself the space to relax. It's about giving the time to your body to help process certain things. And it's about um, rejuvenating, right? Sleep can be very rejuvenating. So getting 6 to 8 hours of sleep as per your requirement, non-interrupted, especially at night time, right? Not staying late up, is going to really impact your skin. So following these basics, when it comes to diet, when it comes to having a nice routine which is helping you manage your energy, and a sleep schedule that is extremely easy, right? You can just wind down, you can listen to some music, make sure you're not exposing yourself to computers late at night, and that will really help you take care of your skin better. And we're talking about a long term duration and more about permanent resolution, right? So another few five rules, so these are the three factors that I wanted to hop on and talk about. The next thing I want to talk about is the 5 rules to follow to get a flawless skin, right? Now, I have, these are my 5 rules. Somebody else can have different 5 rules, but these are the rules that I follow to have a flawless skin, right? And I have inherited my skin from my mom as well as my dad. My dad had a complete blemish free skin. My mom did have some acne growing up. So I think I got the best of both worlds, and I didn't get a lot of acne. But I got her glow and her texture of the skin. So I'm very grateful. But for me, a few rules that I absolutely follow. The number one is diet. I have to make sure that my diet is extremely good for my body. So following my body type to be able to balance the doshas in my body. When we talk about prakrutis, right? When we talk about a vata prakriti or a pitta or a kapha prakriti, it means that you need to take extra care to balance that dominant dosha. Otherwise, it has chances of getting out of balance, and that will show up on your skin as well. So number one thing is always follow a diet that is balancing to your body, right? And do not fall into the fad of today's diets. And I've talked about not drinking smoothies first thing in the morning. It is the kapha time of the day, and you're having a cold, clammy, damp smoothie. It's going to totally mess up with your digestion. So following simple rules, always having a warm breakfast, eating just what your body requires, is extremely important. So number one rule is, eat extremely healthy if you want a healthy skin, right? uh, Junk food, burgers, pizzas, fries on an occasion are fine, but if that's your everyday staple, you are not going to get a healthy skin, because you're not going to get good nutrients which will create that skin, right? The second thing that I really like talking about, and this is my rule for a flawless skin, is eat protein with each meal that is easily digestible, right? So some kind of protein that is compatible to your body and that is also easily digestible. So I'm not talking about drinking whey shakes, if they're not compatible with you. So or having tons of protein or a steak, or like 6 ounces of some heavy protein, right? You have to make sure that the protein you're getting at each and every meal, small amounts, and something that's compatible with you. It can be vegetarian source of protein, right? It could be something like hemp seeds or beans, lentils, whatever is compatible to you. So eating mainly to balance your doshas. Second one is protein at each meal. This will keep your blood sugars fairly balanced. Once your blood sugar is not, skyrocketing or really going low, your stress system is not going to be activated and your body's energy will be managed extremely well. You're not going to trigger an insulin response, right? So that's also important. And the protein also serves as building blocks of different components in your body required to repair the skin. Example is collagen, right? When we talk about protein, the amino acids make up the collagen as well. So for people that go and get collagen drinks or collagen powders, you can get it naturally from the amino acids from the food as well. So protein at each meal for balancing blood sugars, stabilizing blood sugars, as well as skin. Third is hydration. Hydration again is extremely important, and hydration with water is extremely important. Water is not supposed to taste like juice or taste sweet or taste like anything. Water is water, right? So you ought to drink clean water. Make sure your water is filtered. Make sure you're drinking 6 to 8 cups or 8 to 10 cups as per your requirement. For somebody who sweats a lot or who is always hot, your body will evaporate a lot of water. You might require more water. Drinking 4 liters, 3 liters of water is absolutely unnecessary, and ati ambu pan is going to create more issues. Like when we talk about